Hello everyone. I'm going to do a video on what I consider the king of rock and roll, one of my favorite artists of all time, and that would be Chuck Berry. Chuck up there. I didn't see too many videos out. I mean, Chuck's obviously not new to anyone, but um, some vinyl, some 78, some cassettes, a couple other things. I'm a huge Chuck Berry fan. I'd put Chuck in my top 5 of all music of all time. So I got some background tunes, just this Maine album. Hopefully that doesn't kick out any problems for me. Just something mellow in the background. I've never played that. I think it's from the 80s. So I'm going to start off, like I said, just a mix. I guess I'll do some 78s first. This is Maybelline. It'll be hard to show up. This label's not the best. And Wee Wee Hours. The next one, I think this is a Canadian, which is No Money Down and Downbound Train, which is probably my favorite Chuck Berry song of all time, right there. And then I've got School Days, and it's backed with Deep Feelings. So those are some 70. They all play. They're not mint by any means, but they play. I actually just bought a new 78 cartridge for another turntable. Book I've been reading. Really good book. All right. Some vintage sheet music for Nadine. Put those over there. I guess we'll go to some vinyl records first. Start out with, this was a Japanese release. I don't know what year this is from. It's a gatefold album. Cool cover. Turn this down because I don't know what's next. Anyway, this it has some cool, probably be hard to see with the light in here. But it's got some blues tunes. Hoochie Coochie Man. It Hurts Me. Bunch of Johnny Be Good, but there's a bunch of blues tunes on here. So that's a cool. Okay, it's Japanese. This one doesn't have the obi, but has the lyric sheet. Double LP. One that another comp that I really like the cover. This is from the UK, Chuck Berry medley. Won't try and put those all back. Here's one again that I like the cover, and I was pretty irritated when I got it because I ordered it online, and the cover is pretty rough. It's a cool cover. It's not a hard to find record or anything, but you know when it said VG Plus and on Discogs, and when I got it, I was like, what the? But anyway, that's one I'll have to get an upgrade. Wild Berries. This is probably from Europe somewhere. I wanted to show, instead of just showing the regular studio albums, kind of stuff you might not see every day. All right, so that's Chuck Berry's first album, and then it's A Dozen Berries, but it's a gatefold that's both albums. I like these 2-in-1. You saw this a lot with cassettes. All right, what we got next up? The collection. Again, this is a Euro release. I'm pretty sure. It's a nice cover. What do we got now? Missing Berries, Rarities Volume 3. Here's one from the early 60s. Chuck Berry Twist on Chess. This one doesn't show up very often. That might have been put out when he was in prison in the early 60s, but don't quote me on that. That's from that time frame. All right, this is a good album. Tokyo Sessions, the Obi. Cool photo. East World. I like that cover. All right, another, I think this is Japanese, but Golden Hits. Mercury. Probably from the early 80s, I think. I think this is Japanese. Oh, it is, because it's got the Japanese lyric sheet in there. All right, another one. You see this on cassette, this picture. It's a Japanese. It's this one, Attention Chuck Berry. It's a Japanese press. It's got the lyric sheet in the back there. All right, another Japanese gatefold. Take this out. Chuck Berry Super Deluxe. Nice photo in there. The Obi's in good shape. So that can go. Take this down. All right, this one is a box set. It's just, of course, Chuck Berry driving the car. This isn't. This is all mixed 50s rock, but I just saw this. And again, this is nothing hard to find. I just liked it. Cover. It's got Chuck Maybellines on here. It's Rock Around the Clock. It's Bo Diddley. So it's just, this is actually pretty good. It's something you find really cheap. But it was in good condition. All right, next up. This is actually a library copy of this chess box. That's why it's in this kind of like you, not kind of like you did get at the library, this protective cover. And this is from, I think it was the Brooklyn Library. So this is pretty cool. I actually had not seen one of these copies. They had the cassette and CD. It's got a lot of records in there. And it's got the nice book. So it's all complete. I've had this for many years. So that's, all right, the next box set, which again, this was pretty recent, I should say, this box set. But what was interesting, I thought, with this box set, first of all, the price, wasn't that expensive, and you get 3 records, a book, nice book. And it's got this Chuck Berry Live. I don't even think Berry Christmas, Run Rudolph Run, and Spending Christmas. I don't know if I've ever even played that. And there's this record. And the Great 28 with the gatefold. And I wanted to say, this whole thing, brand new, was around $50. Somewhere in that price range. It wasn't that expensive. And I'm like, you see these box sets, and it's like, it's nice. It comes with a nice colored book. And then I see these deluxe. It's basically a double album. They're trying to get money out of it for $100 and something. So just shows you crazy price differences. All right, next up, what do we got? Chuck Berry's, what's that? All-time hits. Up front. I don't know where this is from. Right, somewhere in Europe, I think. Mix in a couple Toronto Rock and Roll Revival. This is a regular release, St. Louis to Frisco to Memphis. All right, to jump ahead, I just want to show. Like I said, I was going to try and skip through the studio albums because those are really common. But probably my favorite, not probably, it is my favorite Chuck Berry album, St. Louis to Frisco. And one of these is an original 60s, might be a French copy, this one. One of these is, maybe it's this one is from the 60s and it's a French reissue, but that's my favorite. I just love that album. No Particular Place to Go, Little Marie. I like. All right. Now I'll show something you don't see too often. Chuck Berry cassettes. This one's Chuck Berry Spotlight. Paper label. This. Chuck and Bo. Rockin' at the Hops. Chuck Berry Live. I think this is a 70s tape. St. Louis to Liverpool. Again, my favorite Chuck Berry album. What else we got? Toronto Rock Concert. What's that? Chuck Berry Reelin' or Rockin'. Next up, Chuck Berry. Let me hear some of that rock and roll music. Next up, what do we got here? Chuck Berry. I think this is just self-called. Oh, no. Greatest series, Chuck Berry. Got two of these. It's the same bio. Just ended up with two. Berry's on top. Still seal this first album. New old stock tape I've had for a long, long time. I just kept it as a kind of collection piece. I've never opened it. Two LP. Oh, this is the live of the Steve Miller Band. Rock and roll rarities. What else we got? Cool cover. Chuck Berry, 21 Winners. All right, next up. Oh, there's the Fillmore, which is a Steve Miller, just a different. That's the cover you would have been familiar with. The Golden Hits record. And last up, Chuck Berry's Greatest Hits Archives of. This is an old cassette. Still plays well though. Just kind of like that cover. It has that, like those Folkway records did that. That might be who that's from, I think. All right, we'll jump back. We might as well do a few more records. Chuck Berry's Golden Decade, probably from the 80s. There's a ton of these comps. It's that Golden Hits on Mercury. Golden Decade. Gatefold on the Frog label. This must be from Europe, I'm thinking. Well, we'll go into these studios then. After his first album. This is a reissue from around 1980. In that time, 80s. I think it was early 80s. Go in reverse order because bio, gatefold. San Francisco Dues. Back Home. I always liked that cover. Blue Chess. St. Louis to Frisco. On Mercury. I didn't pull out any 45s because I figured I didn't want this to just go on and on and on. Fillmore. Got a gatefold. This one isn't. I think some of them were, but that one isn't. Check berry in Memphis. Mercury. Check berry in London. Chess. This is the one with my dingling that I think, is it? No, maybe not. All right, fresh berries, blue chef label, two great guitars. That album's, yeah, it's okay. Nothing, it's just them jamming. It's Check Berry on Stage. Speed this up. Jukebox Hits. Like that cover. Rockin' at the Hops. Berries on top. And we'll end it with 1 dozen berries. All right, that's it. Again, I wanted to do a little kind of shout out to Chuck Berry because he's one of my favorites. Been that way. I've loved Chuck Berry most of my life. He's moved up the chain. And anyway, that's it. Peace.